Denny Hamlin is in the midst of one of the most bizarre years in his NASCAR career. By his own standards, the number 11 car has struggled mightily to the tune of 4 DNFs. That's more than the past 3 years combined. And it hasn't been one thing, but a variety of issues, including car setup, pit road problems, and driver error. What makes it all bizarre is interspersed amongst the poor performances are a pair of out-of-the-blue wins at Richmond and the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. Unfortunately for the 41-year-old, that success has been fleeting at best, and he hasn't been alone in his struggles. He's got company. All the Toyotas have had inconsistent seasons, with the Busch brothers the only other Toyotas to win races, and Kyle admittedly backed into his. Hamlin's 2311 racing operation, and Bubba Wallace in particular, has had a disappointing season to say the least, earning a pair of top 10 finishes just past the halfway point of the 36-race schedule. Like his boss, Wallace has made some mistakes, but most of his problems have come on pit road. Loose wheels, which have caused problems to multiple teams throughout the year, have been particularly troublesome for the number 23 pit crew. Hamlin has publicly voiced his frustration with Wallace's pit crew multiple times this year.
You get is different, so it's just a very difficult box that we're put in. But certainly from a selfish perspective, and even as a team owner, I mean, listen, my pit crews are provided by JGR. Did I like that their department caused my crew chief to be gone for 4 weeks? No. I mean, we had pit crew issues over there to begin with, and now we lost 2 of those guys. So it's not been a good year.
This past week, Joe Gibbs Racing did something about it, with a swap of several pit crew members from Wallace's team with Christopher Bell and the number 20 team, which has had its own troubles on pit road this season, including a 22-second stop last week at Road America. On the surface, many suggested Bell was getting the raw end of the deal, including longtime commentator Dave Moody, who tweeted how Bell might feel like an afterthought at JGR, considering the move and how he's in the playoff hunt. Unsurprisingly, Hamlin, one of the most active drivers on social media, responded to Moody. "What makes you say that, Dave? Especially without knowledge of why changes were made. Chemistry, speed, leadership, experience is what makes up a successful pit crew. Some teams have 2 or 3 of those, but not all. Perhaps by mixing a few from one to another, it helps both get all 4. Hamlin explaining the move and the hope of what it might produce sounded sincere and made sense. However, just a couple of days later before the race at Atlanta, the 3-time Daytona 500 winner met with reporters where he made a surprising admission about Wallace's pit crew that caused some fans to understandably question his comments from just a few days earlier.
Well, let me be real clear about one thing, is that I hear a lot of people say, why don't you just give them your guys? Well, as a matter of fact, to be clear, when I lost 2 guys, JGR told me that the best option was to take 2 people from the 23 and put them on my team. They were the best available that we could grab versus taking 2 reserves that are on the bench waiting to come up. And I said, no, give me whoever's left. You got to give that 23 team chance and more reps to work together to be solid. So we have sacrificed our own performance.
So Hamlin expects everyone to believe that he rejected Wallace's pit crew even after JGR officials suggested it was best for him and made a sacrifice because he wanted the members to mesh together, yet just a few weeks later when Bell is forced to take on the same guys from that crew, he shouldn't feel slighted, as Moody tweeted. To his credit, Bell put on a good face and said all the right things when talking to the media on Saturday. However, on Sunday, his actions conveyed something altogether different and seemed to indicate his displeasure with the swap, including one early pit stop where his team communicated one thing with the number 23 team, which was pitting in front of him, and then the driver didn't follow through with the plan, which changed Wallace's plan and forced him to back into his pit stall. Late in the race, Bell made another move that raised more than a few eyebrows when he got into the right side of Hamlin and sent him into Joey Logano and the outside wall.
That's straight. I got hooked.
Of course, Bell's move came after his pit crew and its newest members had more struggles, including a familiar loose wheel on pit road. Bell and everyone else knows why Hamlin didn't want Wallace's pit crew members, and they proved it once again on Sunday at Atlanta.